Today is day 6 of our trip to London, and we thought we would give you the wrap up of our day, just like we've been doing every day. We started off, we had our Mr. Kipling in the room again. We're working our way through some boxes that we bought. Yeah. And when we're finished with those, we might eat breakfast out.
There's a nice bakery right across the street from us.
There's a bakery, or we could have a traditional English breakfast one day before. You would love that. Yeah, Kevin sees pictures on Instagram all the time of these breakfasts. That's what we ought to get somewhere.
Evil people.
Yeah.
Post the food online.
Yeah, and for Kevin to go look for it.
I signed up for the food.
So that's what we should have while we're here, after we're finished with Mr. Kipling. Anyway, we had our Mr. Kipling, and then when we checked the weather this morning, and the high for today was like 55 degrees. Yeah.
And it was only supposed to rain until probably 10, 11, something like that.
Right. So Kevin wore his sweater today. And
with Tammy's advice.
Yes. And
because I wouldn't have. She said, "You might want to wear your sweater." I said, "Yeah, you sure?" And Tammy's like, "Oh, it's supposed to be 55 and it's raining." I said, "Yeah, I probably should wear it then."
Yeah, and I knew that our plan was to walk along the river,
which is even colder.
South Bank. And so, yeah, it's colder down there. So I figured that he would want it.
Which I did.
And so we headed to Borough Market. And Borough Market opens at 10, and we were there very close to 10.
Yeah, it was right at the time we're there.
We didn't set an alarm or anything. We're sleeping better here than we do at home.
Because of Guido.
Because, yeah, we don't have to worry about Guido, because Guido is like a little alarm clock. So we're sleeping really well here. So we went to Borough Market, and Borough Market is, in case you're wondering if you're interested in going there, they sell food, and it's fresh food, and it's not like I review food for the channel. We review food for the channel that's pre-packaged, that's, you could buy at the store. This stuff is it's not fair food, but it's just freshly made food.
Yeah, it's fresh. It's like street food.
Yeah.
Street food.
Yeah, like street vendors,
yeah.
But they're all in this market.
But they also had bakeries. They had selling bread. They had cheese places.
Lots of cheese. They had wine. They had coffee.
Meat. So if you wanted some slices, like if you lived here,
meat.
If you wanted a couple steaks or some fish or something, you could go there and get it.
Get it fresh, yeah. So it was that kind of
thing. And then there were people with these pans. They were this big around, and they were heating up like rice. And one guy looked like he had a mound of rice, like it was huge.
Like a big wok.
Yeah, and he poured water in there, and he was stirring it up to cook the rice. And somebody else had. It looked like meat and onions and stuff like that he was stirring up, and I'm assuming they're going to put that on bread and make sandwiches out of it.
And I'm sure it's delicious. But
I didn't really want to eat at 10 o'clock in the morning.
No, we had just eaten, and we walked a long way to get there.
Yeah, and it seemed longer because of the rain.
The rain.
If it hadn't been for the rain, it would have not been that bad.
No, but the rain and the cold together just made it
twice as long.
It made it harder to get there. So
and you're fighting with your umbrella and going around people, and it's more difficult.
They have umbrellas. You have an umbrella. Yeah.
But anyway, if you do go to Borough Market, I would recommend you go during lunch.
Yes.
Like around lunchtime.
That would be a good time.
And then buy a sandwich or some of the street foods. I think you would. It smelled delicious.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was good.
So I'm sure it'd be really good. We've seen people do videos of eating street food there. Yes. And they all liked it.
Yes, very much. Then we attempted to go to the old operating theater, but so we got all the way there. We seems like we got turned around a couple times, but then we finally got there. Kevin's app has been perfect, but today, because of the rain,
it wasn't picking up the GPS signals good.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
so it was like I was pointing this way, and it would say I was pointing that way, and it's hard to navigate. And
so we got turned around a couple times, but we finally made it there. And then there was a sign on the door that on Mondays they don't open until 2, and this was like 11 probably by then.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, we're not going to get to do that. And, that was one of those things that we were going to pay for. So
It's like, all right, we'll go on.
We'll go on.
It's cold and wet anyway, so let's just go.
So the next thing on our sheet was the garden at 120. And I had the garden at 120 written down because they have a free observation
Garden.
garden
That's
at
what
the
it
top
is.
of their building. And I really was uncertain that they were going to let us go up there because it was raining, and I didn't know what their rules would be. You know, like if it's raining, you don't need to be going up there, is what I'm thinking they're thinking. But we got there, and you go through a little security checkpoint, and all they did was they wanted to put my purse through
X-ray
an
machine.
X-ray machine. And they didn't take the cameras or anything like that.
Walk
And
through a
then
metal detector.
you walk through a metal detector, and then you go up an elevator 15 floors, and at the top there are planted gardens. There's like a stream of water, and if you watch the video then you'll know all this. There's a stream of water. And did you film some of the gardens?
I didn't.
You didn't film the
No.
flowers?
No.
Really? That probably would have been a good part of it.
I just did the high part.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You're up there for the views. It's pouring the rain, okay? But
And
we
there's
know.
there's no cover. It's all
Yeah,
open.
yeah. We've only got this one day to do it. So we had to do it. But Kevin, I stood in like the middle of the building, and Kevin went around the edge. I did go around the edge with him, but I went around like
Kinda
in the
back.
middle.
Yeah.
I'm very, very, very afraid of heights, and so for me to be up there was enough for me to just stay right where I was and to see the views. It was absolutely wonderful. I wish very much that I wasn't afraid of heights, because I love maps and street views and looking down on things. I love doing that, but I can't physically do it or I will freak out.
Yeah. See, I don't mind I don't like heights either. Like if I'm on a ladder or if I'm
No.
on the roof or something.
I can do a ladder. I can do a ladder in a heartbeat, and you can't.
I don't like ladders
weird?
because I feel like I'm gonna fall off. But if I'm on top
And
of
I
a
don't
building,
mind a ladder.
if I'm on top of a building that's got a glass wall all around me, there's nowhere I can go. I'll lean my face right against the glass. I don't
You
care.
know, I think it's control. I think I don't mind a ladder because I'm the one stepping and I'm the one holding and I'm the one that's
I always
in
feel like I
control.
can fall off a ladder and break my head up.
Yeah, see,
Can't fall off a building.
I feel completely fine on a ladder.
Yeah. See, completely different. It's just funny.
So you don't think you filmed any of the gardens?
Didn't turn it around anywhere inside at all.
So who knows if you got to see any greenery.
Yeah, you
If
might not
anything, you got to see around the building.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did do that. And then after that, we went to Leadenhall Market, which the reason I wanted to go to Leadenhall Market is because I've seen Instagram pictures. And a lot of things that I find are from people on Instagram. This is one of those cases where the pictures, it looks like a really cool place if you're hungry, if you want to eat.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of
Because probably more than 90% of what is in Leadenhall Market is restaurants and pubs.
Yeah.
That's all it is places to eat.
And it would have been nicer if it had been sunny outside and it was bright and lit up. Instead, it was just like a dreary little alleyway almost with shops in it.
It was still pretty.
It was
has
still
some
nice.
beautiful
Yeah, it was real
arches
nice.
and things like
Yeah.
that, and it was still fun to see. And I could see the beauty of it, but it's mainly a food place,
Yeah,
and we didn't
they
know
have some
that.
stores too, but not very many.
Not very many.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one place that you want to be hungry when you go there.
Mhm.
So we didn't do anything there. So
Walk through basically.
So by that time, it was like
11:30 maybe.
probably, and honestly, when we had walked through Borough Market, my stomach was growling, and it surprised me because we had just eaten the Mr. Kipling.
Well, we had walked.
But we had walked a
Wow,
long
right.
way. And so I told Kevin, I said, we have eat on our list next. Let's go on and go eat. And Kevin said, it's awfully early. And I was like, I don't care. Because my shoes were completely wet.
My shoes and socks are wet. And I'm wearing leather shoes.
Shoes and socks completely wet. And
Clothes were somewhat wet.
It was cold.
The bottom of your jeans gets all wet.
Yeah, everything is wet, and you're just thinking you don't know much longer you're gonna be able to last out in that. So we ate at a place called Golden Fleece, and you'll see the video of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was nice to go in and sit somewhere out of the cold.
And it was a good sized place too, so you weren't crowded with a lot of people either.
But I told Kevin something. I have found that I have a phobia, which I've always known that I had a phobia of. So I'm scared of heights, and I'm also
closed
I'm claustrophobic. I'm very claustrophobic. So in London, it's like it brings this claustrophobia out worse when you go in the bathrooms in the pubs. By the time we got to the pub and we ordered, I had to go to the bathroom. So you go downstairs, and it's
really nice spiral staircase. It was beautiful.
I should have taken my camera with me. I didn't. In years past, I've taken my camera with me, and I filmed all over the restaurant and all that. I didn't this time. But it was a really nice wooden spiral staircase.
Dark wood.
But when you go in these pubs, I walked in a door, and you're immediately, there was a wall, and so you have to turn into another door. So you go in through that door. Each of the little stalls, it's not like one of these stalls.
It's not like a little half door or something, just enough to cover it up.
Well, and it's not like the stalls that, like, if you go to like Macy's or somewhere,
yeah, it's like a little flap over.
Where it's a flimsy, or Target, where you could crawl under if you wanted to. If you got stuck, you could crawl under. No, this is you are walled in.
Like a closet.
It is.
Is it like literally a closet, like a little broom closet or something?
It's literally like a broom closet, but it's wall-to-wall tiles in most of these. And this isn't just this pub. This is in most of the pubs you go in. So you walk in, and then the door, it's a solid door, and it goes from the tip top of the ceiling to the floor. So nobody can reach over the stall and grab your purse, and nobody can get under. So my fear, okay, this may sound completely irrational. I don't care. My fear is that I will get stuck in there, that the lock will somehow come off, that I will not be able to get it open, and that I will be stuck in there like a casket. And it freaks me out. It's like that movie Greta. We watched this movie called Greta. If you have not seen it, it is a psychological thriller. It is a must see.
It's kind of weird.
There's nothing. I don't remember anything dirty in it or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you,
maybe a little language, but
it's psychological.
It's kind of freaky.
Anyway, so when I've gone in these, I told Kevin, I said I didn't even lock the door. I didn't even lock it because there's not going to be any chance of me getting stuck in there. I get my pants down and I'm on the toilet. I'm on and off. I came out the door before I even had my...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, men don't have that issue.
But nobody was in there today. We were there early enough to where nobody was in there. So it's like, I'm going to tuck my shirt back in when I get out of there.
The men, you just walk up, use the urinal and go.
Yeah,
There's like 4 of them in a row.
So,
none of the places I went to lately have been like this, but some places just have a big sink there.
Oh.
That's what it looks like. It looks like one big trough.
So my question for you all, though, is if you've ever worked at a pub, it's the way that I described it.
Has anybody ever gotten
stuck in there? Because that literally scares the daylights out of me. You're in a box and the ceilings aren't high. It's just freaky, I'm telling you. I know I sound weird, but that's just the truth. So we left there. We had made up our mind. It was funny because the server, she said, "Where are you all going after this?" And we both looked at her and said, "Waitrose."
We're going Waitrose.
And she kind of looked at us and she kind of laughed.
Yeah, it's like, well, tourists.
You don't expect the tourists to be going to Waitrose grocery shopping. But we worked our way to Waitrose. We had to take a bus.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to Waitrose and we went up and down a lot
pretty
of
much
aisles. We didn't go down like
we didn't do the booze aisle with the alcohol.
No, we didn't go down the frozen stuff.
And the bread.
Because we couldn't get frozen stuff.
Right.
But we
Most of the refrigerated stuff either.
well, and we didn't go down like the home stuff, like
Yeah.
shampoos
Yeah,
and
so we skipped
diapers,
those,
but
but
we
everything
went
else
down
we
the
did.
main food aisles.
They
And
have hot dogs in cans, just to let you know. It's
I
freaky.
got it on video.
It's freaky.
I made sure I filmed that because Kevin's like, "There's hot dogs," and it says American.
It says American hot dogs. I said, Americans do not eat hot dogs like this.
Yeah, we
I
do
don't know.
not eat hot dogs out of a can.
Yeah, I've never seen a hot dog in a can anywhere in America, anywhere I've ever been.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was totally weird. I don't know where they got that idea that we would put them in a can, and if that's really what people
Maybe it was
think.
just American style, like the seasonings and stuff in American hot dogs instead of a German Frankfurter. I don't know. It was weird.
If you live in the United Kingdom and you've had a canned hot dog, you can tell us about it.
I wonder if they even eat hot dogs. I know they eat sausages. I wonder if they eat hot dogs.
Well, that might be the hot dog they eat.
Yeah, let us know. Because ours are just in a plastic package with hot dogs. You know.
You've never in one of my grocery hauls seen canned hot dogs.
No, they don't have.
They're always in a package, a plastic package, and they're in the refrigerated section. These were on a regular shelf, not refrigerated. So anyway, after we had other things written down to do today, but it's so cold and so rainy. And I don't want it to sound like we're complaining, because if you live here, then it's going to be easier for you to go to these places at different times on a sunny day. We're trying to do everything, cram it all in, and it's really hard when you don't have a way to change your shoes and socks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
you're
just-
stuck with the same shoes
Yeah,
unless
because
you bring a bunch.
yeah, unless you bring a bunch, which I know a lot of people do. We didn't. We brought one pair each, what we were wearing. So anyway, we worked our way back to the room, and we've done a couple of reviews, and that's been that.
Mm-hmm.
But we've walked today. We've walked.
Even with only being out really half a day.
Yeah,
pretty much.
really, it was only half a day. I've walked 18,415.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good for half a day.
It was a lot of steps.
But the other things that we had planned to do, they were things where it really needed to be better weather. Like
Yeah.
I had a park written down to go through a park.
Mhm.
We're not
Another
gonna-
observation.
observation.
St. Paul's, which we didn't even know if we were going to go in. We might have just walked
We
by.
were just going to walk by at least. And I would have still liked to have walked by St. Paul's, and we might do that still before we leave. You know, some of these things that just because we don't know them today, we might get the opportunity to do them another day. So
Yeah,
we
because
might.
we left today free.
Yes.
Like, we left it one day with nothing planned. Not on purpose. But we did leave a day completely free.
Kevin
I'll just
thought,
admit that up front.
Kevin thought that we had planned every day,
I thought
and
I
then we
did.
got here and we're like, wait a minute, there's a whole day that we don't have plans for. An entire day. So
Which worked out, honestly, because we could do a couple of things that we didn't get to do.
yeah, we didn't get to
'cause there's a
do
couple
something
stores and-
yesterday,
yeah.
so we could so it'll end up working out well. So we might very well go to St. Paul's
Yeah.
another
Well,
day.
that last day, I'm assuming it's going to be the last day.
Mhm.
It may be a little bit of getting on the tube, go do this. Get on the tube, go do this. Get on the bus, do this. It may be jumping around,
Which is
a
completely
lot
fine.
more.
Yeah.
which it's less walking, so I'm all for that.
Yeah. No, that's completely fine with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you told about the weather?
Weather was rainy. It's been rainy. They said it was going to stop at 11. It hasn't stopped
Yeah, it never stopped.
at all.
It got
hasn't
worse.
stopped.
It didn't stop at
And
11.
it's been cold. I think the high today, it was 50. This is 58. That's a lie, because I think it only got up to like 53.
It did
or
not
so.
get to 58.
No, 53 is what it's saying on here.
Yeah.
So 53 degrees was the high today with cold rain, and your shoes are wet, your shirt's wet. It was just,
Put it this way.
This is
If
awful.
it was 53 at home, I would be wearing my winter coat.
yeah.
So for me to be
I would have a
walking
jacket
around,
on, but yeah.
for me to be walking around in these thin blouses
And a blazer,
and a
basically.
blazer, I'm doing really well. I'm proud of myself because I've been going all day, every day in just that. Because definitely I would have my winter coat on.
Yeah.
That's just that's winter coat weather.
Yeah.
Um,
So today's been a short day. We did do a lot of walking, a lot of looking. We went over Tower Bridge. If we forgot to mention that, we did take a bunch of pictures over Tower Bridge. So we got to do things. We didn't. It's not like we didn't do anything at all. It was just there's a lot of walking from one place to the other in the rain, and that's kind of miserable.
Oh, but I always enjoy the walk down South Bank. I love that
Yeah,
walk.
it would have been better sunny.
It
but
would have
was-
been better sunny, but I can at least, I know that I got to do it.
Right,
You know, I
right.
know that I got to do it. I know that I got to walk over Tower Bridge. I know that I got to see the Tower of London. It was in the rain, but at least I got to see it. So yeah, so it was still a good day. You know,
Even
a
though we came
day
back
in
to the day.
London is better than
Than the worst day somewhere else, or
Yeah,
a bad day in London is better than
that's it. A bad day in London is still better.
than a good day somewhere else. That's
yeah.
what, because I saw a sign at
Yeah.
the substation somewhere.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, just to let you know, we'll see if it comes true. It's supposed to be mostly cloudy, but 64 the high, and no rain. So we will see. Yeah, we're praying.
Yeah, because tomorrow we're supposed to go to Asda, aren't we?
It's funny how she thinks about the grocery store we're going to.
We've never been to an Asda over here before. We're going way out of our way.
Is that still like the Walmart over here?
It's like our Asda over there.
Aldi.
Oh. Oh. Well, no wonder they have such different things. Because I'm thinking of two different stores. Asda. Okay, you're right.
Asda's like a Walmart over here, isn't it? Like a
I
grocery
bet it
department
is.
store?
I bet it is. But I know they have a lot of food that I'm looking for. I know they have a lot of new stuff. So
Yeah.
anyway, we'll end this video for today. We're going to do what we always do and plan tomorrow and take video off the computer.
Go to Asda. I'm planning to go to Asda tomorrow.
So,
No matter where else we go, we're going to go to Asda.
so I hope you enjoyed getting to hear about my phobias.
and our grocery store hang-ups.
And thanks for watching. And me being terrified of the bathroom.